On November 2nd, Crimea-based amateur astronomer Gennady Borisov, you might remember him from discovering the second-ever interstellar object in 2019, spotted a new comet heading our way. This newly discovered comet, officially designated C-2025 V1 Borisov, made its closest approach to Earth on November 11th. Now here's where things got confusing. When people saw this bright streak in the sky, many immediately jumped to the conclusion that it must be 3I Atlas. After all, 3I Atlas had been in the news for several weeks, and it's one of only a handful of confirmed interstellar objects we've ever detected. Incomplete early reports, combined with the excitement around interstellar visitors, created a perfect storm of misidentification. Even some initial scientific observations weren't immediately clear about which comet they were looking at. At its closest point, C-2025 V1 Borisov came within 64 million miles of Earth. That's about 270 times farther away than the Moon. It reached an apparent magnitude of around 13.8, which means you'd need a decent telescope or good binoculars to see it. The comet was visible in the constellation Virgo, best seen just before sunrise. After cross-checking data from multiple observatories around the world, scientists confirmed the object's trajectory and identity. It was definitely Comet Borisov, not 3I Atlas. So why was it so easy to confuse these two comets? There are actually several reasons. First, both objects are associated with interstellar visitors. The real Comet Borisov, discovered in 2019, was the second ever confirmed interstellar object. 3I Atlas is currently the third. So when Gennady Borisov, the same astronomer, discovered another comet, people's minds naturally went to interstellar connections. Second, both comets look quite similar. Each has that characteristic glowing cloud of gas and dust that we associate with comets. In some early images, both appeared to be missing their tails, which made them even harder to distinguish at first glance. Third, the timing was perfect for confusion. 3I Atlas had temporarily disappeared from view because it was positioned on the opposite side of the Sun from Earth. So when C-2025 V1 Borisov appeared during this gap, it seemed almost too coincidental. Even renowned Harvard astrophysicist Avi Loeb, who has been vocal about the possibility of 3I Atlas being more than just a comet, initially described C-2025 V1 as a nearly interstellar object. This description came from the comet's unusual orbital characteristics. It has high eccentricity, meaning it's traveling toward the Sun along a very straight trajectory, somewhat similar to how interstellar objects move. Some outlets even speculated wildly that C-2025 V1 could be some kind of probe deployed by 3I Atlas. However, Loeb himself later downplayed this idea, noting that the two objects were about 140 million miles apart at their closest, far too distant to suggest any real connection. So what is C-2025 V1 Borisov really? The scientific consensus is that this is a regular comet, well, as regular as comets get, that most likely originates from the Oort Cloud. The Oort Cloud is a giant reservoir of icy objects located near the outer edge of our solar system, way beyond Pluto. It's home to billions of comets that occasionally get nudged toward the inner solar system by gravitational interactions. Unlike true interstellar objects like 3I Atlas or the original Comet Borisov from 2019, C-2025 V1 was born right here in our solar system. It's just been hanging out in the deep freeze for billions of years. The comet is made of ice, dust, and rock, the typical ingredients for comets. As it approaches the Sun, heat causes the ice to vaporize, creating that characteristic glowing appearance. It reached its closest point to the Sun on November 16th. Astronomers are continuing to study C-2025 V1's movement and brightness to gather more data. Even though it's not an interstellar visitor, it still provides valuable information about the outer reaches of our solar system and the ancient materials that have been preserved in the Oort Cloud for billions of years. Meanwhile, 3I Atlas continues its own journey. After passing closest to the Sun on October 29th, it's now heading back out of the solar system. It showed some strange behavior during its solar flyby, including unexpected brightening and a temporary color change. It will make its closest approach to Earth on December 19th before leaving our neighborhood for good. Avi Loeb has been particularly vocal about keeping an open mind regarding 3I Atlas. suggesting that some of its anomalous characteristics warrant serious investigation. In recent interviews, there's been some tension between scientists. Theoretical physicist Michio Kaku suggested a more conservative approach, essentially saying that until we have definitive proof, we should assume these are natural objects. Loeb responded by pointing out that Kaku hasn't published scientific papers on the subject and may be playing it safe for public appeal. Loeb has also expressed frustration about NASA's delay in releasing high-resolution images of 3I Atlas taken by the Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter. He attributes this to bureaucratic issues related to a government shutdown, arguing that political considerations shouldn't delay scientific progress. This back and forth illustrates a fundamental tension in science, the balance between maintaining skepticism and remaining open to extraordinary possibilities. Both approaches have their place, and healthy debate ultimately strengthens our understanding. What's clear is that both scientists agree on one thing: we need more data, better observations, and continued monitoring of unusual objects that visit our solar system.